Welcome, everybody. You are listening and watching live here in the Cyclones Center at Moraine Valley Community College. We are ready here for the second game of the season for the Cyclones. I'm Brett Gogol, joined here by Bill Downing on SportsTownChicago.com. We're going to have a little bit of a pregame show for you in a little bit, but first we have our sideline reporter, Trina Crowder. She's actually over with the head coach of the Cyclones, Anthony Amarino, for a one-on-one interview, and we're going to send it over there for you guys.
Mr. Amarino. So you're the head coach. You just started. You were in retirement for a little bit, and you decided to come back to something that you obviously know and love. With everything, with all of your players and your old players and your new players, do you have a set strategy for the season?
Well, you always base it on what kind of talent you have. You can't just say we're going to do this or do that. You got to see what your team can do, and that's how you set your strategies up. I think we're going to be a running team, and we have pretty decent height.
Good. And you guys were kind of off to a rough start this season. How do you feel about everything so far? I mean, it was just one game, but...
It was one game, and we played against the number 2 team in the nation, and we only lost by 4 points. So it was a pretty good, we had a very good second half, and we almost beat them. So even though we did lose, it was a lot of positive involved in it.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for doing this interview with me. Back to you guys.
Trina, thank you very much. Great insight there, Bill, from Coach Amarino. First off, I just want to say, Bill, how you doing tonight?
Well, I'm doing really well after a long night of celebrating with the Cubs. And here we are at Moraine Valley tonight for a great contest between these two very powerful teams.
And I think the main thing that you heard Coach Amarino say, they did have a tough game on Tuesday, facing off against Triton College, as he mentioned, the number 2 team in the nation. They were in the NCAA tournament for this division last year in their Division 2. Down 11 points at halftime. They actually came back down by 1 to tie it, or to just come away from tying it, and ended up only losing by 4. Really, there was a couple of free throws at the end of the day that put it away. So some positives to take away, and they get a little bit of a weaker opponent here when it comes to the Trinity Christian College Trolls.
Well, I like the way that the head coach is approaching it. You know, you want to play your toughest competition early, kind of like Tom Izzo does with Michigan State. You kind of want to gauge where your season's going to go early, and only losing by 4 to the number 2 team in the United States, that's pretty darn good.
As it looks like here, we're getting everybody set up for the national anthem. Right after that ends, we will get you guys the starting lineups, as you'll probably also hear them through our court mic. And we'll let it hand over to the PA announcer here as he gets us set up for the national anthem. And there you have it, folks. National anthem. As for anyone not knowing by chance, this game we played in 2 20-minute halves. And now we'll give you your starting lineups. We were a little bit late on the Trinity Christian College lineup, but Starting for the Cyclones, number 12, Tommy DiMaggiorantis. Jason Rowland, number 14. Jalen Wilson, number 24. Nick Sims, number 30. And Ilonis Markoskis, number 35, to round it out for the Cyclones.
What we have here for the Trolls tonight, we've got 3 of the 5 starters because the numbers are not correct and jiving with our rosters here. I'm going to go ahead and try to tackle number 3, Yosis Basunianis. I'm going to try that. That's going to be close. We'll just call him Yosis. We don't have a number 10, but we do have a number 15, Trey Johnson, senior 6'5" out of Mantino. Number 34 we do not have, but number 45 we do, Aaron Hahn. He's a sophomore center, 6'7", out of Munster, Indiana. So I'm pretty sure we have the same situation that we have with Moraine Valley. They just probably changed up some of their numbers here with early on with the jersey numbers.
That's okay, though. We'll make things work for everyone listening back at home. As you can hear in the background, the starting lineup being announced for the Cyclones here at their home court. Like I said, we are at the Cyclone Center at Moraine Valley Community College. Brett Gogol and Bill Downing bringing you this game. Our director, Chris Hamilton, and the one and only Ryan Fahey working up on 2 cameras at the same time. He's just that good, folks. And as we talked about, Bill, before the national anthem, I think when you look at the Cyclones, I think the most impressive thing on Tuesday was not just their comeback, but they did put up 84 points on the second-ranked team in the nation, and they were down 11 points at halftime, and meaning they outscored the Triton College Trojans.
Well, I can tell you, first-year coach Anthony Amarino, he's really done some special things here early on in this program. He's only been here for this season, so he's really doesn't have much to gauge on. But I tell you, after looking at what he was able to do against Triton, the number 2 in the country, it's going to be a great season for Moraine Valley. As
we get set for the tip-off here, Tommy DiMaggiorantis and Aaron Hahn set for the tip. A little bit of a fumble there by the referee, but this game is underway. Neither of the big men really even touched that one. Ends up in the hands of Jalen Wilson, though. Pass down into the corner, all the way across to DiMaggiorantis. Flipping it out and around the wing. That 3-point shot rolls out of the rim. Markoskis trying to get the rebound, tips it out. And the Trolls will get their first possession of the game.
Really good look at the basket there. You know, he had no one in front of him. I think that's going to be key tonight for Moraine Valley.
A quick 3-point shot from the Trolls, and that one didn't hit anything. That was Balcianis charging all the way back down with DiMaggiorantis. He made that layup look easy, just slicing through the Troll defense.
Yeah, what a great penetration move. Nobody on him.
A little quick pick of the pocket. And Jalen Wilson does all the work himself, and 4 very quick points for the Cyclones.
Full court press here by the Cyclones, and right now the Trolls have no answer early on.
I think you're going to see here Coach Amarino is going to want to try and put these Trolls out right away. That's going to be a travel on Aaron Hahn.
Now that could have gone either way there, Brett. That could have been an offensive foul with the arm, but they got him for traveling instead.
Wilson bringing it up for the Cyclones. Gets back up to him at the top of the key, down to the far wing. Passing it out and around up top. That long 3-point shot, nothing but net for Jason Rowland.
I think the Trolls are going to have to do something different. That 2-3 defense that they're doing right now, implementing, is just too many wide open shots early for Moraine Valley.
Contested shot there for Balcianis off the front of the rim. DiMaggiorantis carries back the other way. He's going to get another easy layup opportunity. And the Trolls very quickly finding out that DiMaggiorantis, you got to get a man in front of him.
Well, I tell you, for a big man, he's pretty good with the ball. He was able to crossover dribble, take the defender right out of his shoes, basically, on a wide open layup. I tell you, it's been all Cyclones here early, 9-0, Brett. But right now, the Trolls have no answer offensively and defensively right now for the Cyclones.
And because of that, head coach Brandon Nickel of Trinity Christian College, he calls a timeout. We're only a minute and 40 seconds into this game, and this team's already being skunked 9-0.
Yeah, beautiful three-pointer there by Roland, uncontested. Probably about a foot behind the line, and like you said, Demo Durandis just an absolute beast in there, and they have no answer. Their big man, Hahn, has got no answer right now for big number 12 for the Cyclones.
I think the main thing right now, if you're the Trolls, is get yourself settled down. It's still very early. Just don't let this game get out of reach. Set up your offense. That's not going to help, though, as that gets stolen. Dima Durantis up and slamming it home is Jason Rowland. Rowland with the initial pick, ends up back getting the points himself.
Boy, what a beautiful. We can see that the guy can definitely jump, and looking at him, he's 6 feet tall out of Oak Forest High School, and he can fly.
That's Rowland with the block foul on Balcianis. Playing some hard defense early.
The Trolls are going
up
to
top. That's intercepted by Dima Durantis. Just never saw him was Christian Cantu. And Dima Durantis, just using his height, goes right over the top of two Trolls.
Just abusing their defense.
And the Trolls are finally on the board there. That's Caleb Jonkman.
Yeah, we know he can shoot from their last contest.
Obviously, they're doing a good job so far, but the man to look out for on this Trolls team has to be Jordan Perry.
Yeah, he had 27 points against Wilberforce University, and the man that just scored first couple points there for the Trolls, Jonkman, coming off a 15-point night too.
That inbound play worked a couple of times on Tuesday. It did work again there. Dima Durantis just a little bit strong on that little shot attempt. Getting stuck at the top. Luckily ends up in the hands of Jonkman. Little give and go to Jonkman. Just hands it off underneath. Easy layup missed underneath. Coming away with that rebound is Jalen Wilson. Trying to make something happen. Wide open man underneath. Just threads that ball down to Nick Sims. And so far, the Trolls not looking too great on defense. Quick response there, though. Caleb Jonkman.
I tell you, one man's not going to bring this game any closer against the Cyclones right there. They're going to have to spread the wealth. Jonkman's the only one doing anything right now for the Trolls.
Over to the near wing for Sims, dribbling underneath. Overhead backwards, passes it up top to Jalen Wilson, and it doesn't feel like it's even possible for the Cyclones to miss a three-pointer right now.
No, they're not missing anything at all right now. Anything that they're shooting up right now is going in, it seems like.
21 up top. Almost losing it is Balcianis. Over to Jonkman. Behind the back, able to put the ball through two defenders. Faking the three, dribbling down the lane. Wide open underneath. That's 34 for the Trolls. Again, we apologize, folks. We do not have an updated roster on the Trinity Christian College website. So some of these players may just be referred to as their numbers for portions of this game. As that long three-pointer, good keep by number 35. Mark Hoskins allows that alley-oop to almost happen. And another three-point shot for Jalen Wilson.
Unbelievable. Batting 1,000 from the line, and I tell you, he's got a quick 8 points already.
So we are just 5 minutes into this game. We've got a 21-7 game. That ball's tipped by a Cyclone. Trolls maintain possession.
Looks like the Cyclones are playing a 2-3 to a 3-2 in a kind of a loose zone, and the Trolls right now have no answer. They're definitely double teaming just outside the top of the circle. and the Trolls really can't do much with it. Good rotation, though, there by Jonkman, on that basket, able to find the player underneath the basket all alone, and I'm sure that Cyclones are going to fix that problem early.
As with any zone, the key is just finding that weak spot. The problem here for the Trolls is they've just been suffocated when they're not inside the paint. As going all the way down, he might have had a shot himself. That was Trey Johnson. Passed it out, intercepted by Jason Rowland. He's going to take it all the way down. 16-point lead for the Cyclones.
Man, I tell you, everything right now is going in. And they have the speed and the athleticism right now.
That three-point shot rattles in and out from Caleb Jonkman. DiMaggiorantis was looking in the corner for Sims. Batted out of bounds, though, off of a Troll.
You mentioned suffocation right now. The Trolls right now, offensively and defensively, when you look at that zone you were talking about, there's really no weakness to it. The Cyclones are just using their speed right now and just outmatching the Trolls.
Jalen Wilson running the offense right now for the Cyclones. Little flip pass to DiMaggiorantis and a beautiful turnaround jump shot right from the free throw line.
He's got a good touch on the ball, I tell you. What a great from Sandburg High School, 6'7".
They're going to get number 10 on the Trolls for a push. Jalen Wilson down to the far wing. Inside for DiMaggiorantis. Another turnaround jump shot. Again, Cyclones absolutely not having any problem on any shot that they've had so far this evening.
We're not even 7 minutes into this contest, and they got a 20-point lead.
Three-point shot from Jonkman. And that's a good response they needed there. Jonkman doing all the heavy lifting so far for the Trolls.
8 of their 10 points.
Underneath the Markakis, back out to DiMaggiorantis. Down towards the corner, back to DiMaggiorantis. And 3 straight turnaround jump shots. DiMaggiorantis really turning around. Didn't have the best game on Tuesday from an offensive standpoint.
Aaron Hahn's got his hands full tonight with DiMaggiorantis for sure.
That shot from downtown from Aaron Hahn wasn't even close. Almost the full basketball width of the left of the rim. Markakis, another. These mid-range jumpers for the Cyclones, not usually your high percentage shots that you encourage your team to make, but if they're going to keep falling like this, why not?
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing's going wrong right now for the Cyclones.
That's Trey Johnson. He's going to draw the foul on Markakis.
One thing I noticed, the Cyclones are getting much better looks at the basket. The Trolls right now are one and done, and if you're going to be trailing as much as you are, one and done's not going to work because the way the Cyclones are converting transitional-wise, this gap is going to widen even more.
Trolls up top, got a trap, ends up in the hands of Johnson. He gets picked, though, by Jason Rowland. Ball kind of fumbles around. Sims with another short-range jump shot. Cyclones have seemed to have found their identity in this game, and no reason to vary from it right now. Trey Johnson, the offensive standout for Trinity. He goes in hard, able to draw some contact. And the thing that's been nice to see so far in this game, Bill, is just the fact that they're so much more disciplined on defense. Last game in the first half, they had sent Triton College into the double bonus less than 12 minutes into the game.
Yeah, when things start being stacked up against you like that, you don't want to do that, and that really slows the game down.
Setting up and surveying the field. Calling out the play, I believe Krispy Kreme is what I heard.
My favorite donut.
Another three-point jump shot. Bounces high off the rim. Ruzovic jumping way up there to get that rebound. And this is a little bit different look than their first game as well. Wilson was not the one running the offense as much as the man who just shot that one. Actually, that was Nick Sims. This is Jordan Radcliffe's in the game for the first time. He was the man running the offense on Tuesday more than anybody.
Ruzovic with the offensive foul. Looked like he was using his arm to clear out, and he got his hand caught in a cookie jar.
Again, the aggressive defense for the Cyclone continues. They're going to say Demon Gerontis. He just little stop and a hard two-handed slam, showing his authority, making his name known in this game. Got him at 14 points already.
Absolutely ridiculous. He's that good.
Trolls looking for a response and cutting around Radcliffe, number 10. Radcliffe's going to pass it over to Wilson. Back through Radcliffe to the other wing. Ruzovic misses that shot, gets his own rebounds off the back of the iron. And that ball was a little helter-skelter. Nobody seemed to want to pick it up.
Hot potato drill.
A couple of substitutions here for both teams. You're going to see Luke Cook for the first time in this ball game. .28 left to play. Cyclones lead the Trolls 35-12 here on SportsTownChicago.com. Radcliffe, a quick catch and release from Wilson. They get the rebound. Radcliffe slicing through some defenders. Beautiful vision to get the ball to Luke Cook there, and he puts it away.
Beautiful give and go. Pull the defenders toward you, and you find the open man, and that was a beautiful give and go.
A couple of men down on the floor. Wide open three-point shot. Falls off the right side of the rim. Cyclones are going to come the other way quick. Radcliffe's got two Trolls on him. Three-pointer from Dima Gerontis falls short. Fakes another one. Over to Wilson. Off the left and right side. They're gonna call that one off of Ruzovic.
Game getting a little bit more physical here with 9:35 left in the first half for sure. They're definitely the intensity's picked up for the Trolls.
Not too many games though. You see we're more than 10 minutes into this. Not a single free throw attempt.
As much contact as there is, you're right.
Driving to the lane. Tried to go baseline. He's going to draw the foul there, and right as we say it, here come the first two free throws.
That is Yozis. He's from Downers Grove, Illinois. 6'2" guard forward, multitasker. Not afraid to take it into the paint.
Obviously, when you're down this much, down 25 with a little bit over 9 minutes to play in the first half, you really can't be affording to miss these, as that first one.
Yeah, they call it the charity line for a reason. You got to put them in. This team needs a spark, Brett, and I don't know what it's going to take.
Marcus Fry enters for the Cyclones. Second shot from Balsinius falls. And it looks like we're going to get Radcliffe. He's going to run things right now for the Cyclones. Ruzovic has it at the free throw line. From Fry, the pass from Fry to Radcliffe, mishandled. Ends up back with Trinity College. All the way down. Ruzovic putting a little move on. That's Luke Cook putting the move on. That's Ruzovic with the putback. Down to the far right wing for Balsianis. Little stop move. They're going to call him for the travel. He's asking for a push.
You know, the Trolls are not blocking out, which gives the Cyclones a great chance at offensive rebounds, and they are killing the Trolls right now on the boards.
We'll see what they can do here. see if Coach Anthony Amarino, how much he wants to keep the pedal on the gas. Radcliffe making a couple of the defenders miss, but he's going to get a charge. That's Aaron Johnson taking that contact for the team. You heard their 6th team foul. One more puts Trinity Christian into the bonus. Trey Johnson, Cyclones so far doing a really good job of keeping him off the score sheet.
Cyclones in a man-to-man right now.
Valsianis making a couple of moves, finds an opening, and that left-handed layup comes through. Inside to Hook. Hook contested little short shot. Good job of staying strong.
Well, I tell you, great vision again from the big man. He should at 6'7", but he's got a great touch on his passes too.
Yeah, it's easy to have good vision when you can see over everybody else.
Absolutely.
The ball gets rung around the outside. They're going to settle for a long jumper. Trey Johnson doesn't even get rim. A strong effort play by Aaron Johnson, though, is going to retain the ball for Trinity Christian. Some more substitutions. 7:29 to play here. 41-15. Cyclones currently leading. Brett Gogol and Bill Downing bringing you this game on SportsTownChicago.com. Chris Hamilton, our director. Ryan Fahey, our cameraman, and Trina Crowder, our sideline reporter. Just want to take the time as well for anyone listening. If you've ever been interested in doing anything in radio, on TV, anything on air, behind the scenes, doing camera work, make sure you check out the Illinois Media School. We have 2 convenient campuses located in Lombard and downtown Chicago. So for more information, go to beonair.com and get your broadcasting career started today.
Well, the Trolls coming out of the timeout, head coach Brandon Nickel, when you look at what they've got ahead of them, that's a tall task, down 41-15. Really, they're having to work twice as hard for every shot. Just suffocating defense for the Cyclones.
As they're going to get a quick pass and shot. That one falls in for Balsinius.
6 points there for Balsinius.
Fry up to Radcliffe, back to Fry. Feigns the three-pointer, calling for it now. Fry wants to take that shot. He just wants to be a little bit more open. Radcliffe, Ruzovic came in there hard, able to get that rebound. Seen some strong underneath play from Ruzovic so far in this ball game.
Yeah, they're crashing the boards again offensively, getting 2 to 3 chances at the basket. Again, the Trolls not boxing out, and it's costing them.
Trey Johnson had 2 men on him. He's going to draw a block foul. And that should push him into the bonus. That'll send Johnson to the charity stripe.
It's pretty easy there, Brett, to look at who our leading scorer is so far tonight. But when you look at defensively, everybody is all hands on deck for the Cyclones. Quick hands, quick transition. Trolls not getting back on defense. Not making the free throws. And it all adds up. It really does.
That's Aaron Hahn committing the foul on the rebound. And that's the one other thing you haven't seen, Bill, is you really haven't seen any bad turnovers by the Cyclones so far.
No, you're right. You're right. And even when they do turn it over, like you said, it's just a slight slip of the hand, just a little bit of a bad pass. Nothing really big, unlike the Trolls.
Jordan Radcliffe splits the defenders. They're going to get him for a travel, though.
Boy, good pick and roll right there. I tell you, great vision again from their point guard, and we have a timeout.
43-18. 6:26 remaining in this game. Moraine Valley Community College Cyclones currently leading. SportsTownChicago.com is what you are listening and watching. So we get the little timeout routine by these Cyclone cheerleaders.
What are they, like the Cyclonettes? Is that what they are? Tell you, beautiful facility here, Brett. This is you've been here before, and just a top-notch facility.
It really is beautiful. For those of you who haven't been here, I would highly suggest giving it a visit. This athletic center, we're kind of tucked away in the back a little bit. The rest of this fitness center is just as gorgeous. As we resume after the timeout, Trey Johnson wanted to make something happen for his team. A couple of passes there. That one mishandled, though, by Hahn. Ends up back with the Trolls. A bit of a wild shot from Jonkman. Fry coming down with the board.
Not really sure why he was rushing that shot.
Ron Williams bounces out of the rim. And another foul here on the Cyclones. You are up by plenty. You're up by 25, but the last thing you want to do is get yourself into foul trouble and give the Trolls any inkling that they can come back in this game.
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly correct. When you take a look at Smith, I think he's been in probably now for about 2.5 to 3 minutes, and I believe he's picked up 2 fouls, one pushing and one offensive. So, I mean, when you look at it, you're not putting any points in, and you're really kind of not really hurting your team yet at 43-19, but it can come back to hurt you.
And as we mentioned, as that first free throw goes in, if you are Trinity Christian at this point, you have to start being aggressive on offense, force the Cyclones to make those clean defensive plays, which can be extremely difficult to do, as evidenced by their 8 fouls they currently have.
I agree with you.
Offense working up top for the Cyclones, off the board, right into the hands of Luke Cook. Anything could have done to stop him. That almost seemed like almost an intentional looking pass off the backboard.
Yeah, I was just about to say that's exactly what it looked like. You're right.
Hahn down over into the corner. A missed 3 sends it the other way. Radcliffe spinning.
You know, the thing about the Trolls right now, Brett, you know, you can get yourself back in the game with threes, but you can definitely shoot your way out of that game, too. When you're one and done and you're coming back down here to Cyclones getting shots at the basket like they are and free throws, makes for a really long first half.
Radcliffe buries that first free throw, gets himself on the board for the first time. And he was an important player in their game on Tuesday. Put up over 10 points out of the 84, as he now gives himself 2 points, making both of his free shots. And playing some strong, aggressive defense on Trey Johnson as well. Just kind of a missed pass there, not the best vision. Marlon Smith gets the layup. Trolls trying to draw a charge.
Smith, a big-bodied guy running the floor, but that's good to see. And it looks like the Cyclones are going to make a full change, almost 5 for 5, coming up here at the next break.
Well, you heard it in the interview during the pregame with Trina, Coach Amarino, talking about not only how big this team is, but he said that they want to be a fast team. And you've seen plenty of quickness out of pretty much all of the big men for the Cyclones so far in this game.
And, you know, they're still pulling away with their big man sitting out and with 14 points. And it looks like he's getting back in, but it looks like, you know, it doesn't matter which 5 you put in. They blend very well. It's early in the season, of course, but fast, quick hands, and their transition game is just remarkable right now.
Aaron Hall at the line. One more shot remaining, as you say. Durantis coming back in. Along with Jalen Wilson. Straight to Durantis. Those two playing a little bit back and forth. From Sims down into the blocks. And these turnaround jump shots. That one from Markoskis. He sticks that one, and again, just absolutely nothing you can really do on those shots if the Cyclones are going to keep making them.
Yeah, they got the Twin Towers in there, 6'6", 6'7". There's really nothing the Trolls can do about that right now.
Little drive and kick. Going around is Johnson. Nothing but net, but not in the good way for Aaron Hall. A really athletic layup attempt. However, Markoskis, he fought for the rebound. He's going to get the 2 points. 53-22 Cyclones with just about 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. And again, this is getting out of hand quickly. Durantis with another heavy slam.
I got him for 16 already, and that's just absolutely ridiculous numbers here in the first half, and we still got 3 minutes left. They scored 84 last game. They're at 55 already.
Well, yeah, keep in mind that's 84 points against the second-ranked team in the
right.
nation.
And they're making this look easy tonight. Again, a lot of time left, but this first half has been all Cyclones.
Balciennes makes that shot. And again, you're really not seeing much offense from some of the role players for Trinity Christian. With 24 points now, there's only so many people who can be on the board, but
right.
You've seen a lot from Jonkman, a lot from Balciennes.
Yeah, Perry Jordan really unheard of so far here in the first half at all.
All the way across for Sims underneath. And finally a missed jump shot. Coming in was Ruzovic. He just slammed that ball out of the hands of the Troll rebounder, but luckily they were able to get it back. Pulling up for that three-pointer is Balciennes. Wilson with good eyes almost picks it off. They're going to say that that one was tipped. No over and back.
Just suffocating, Brett. Just suffocating.
A little bit lost there. Going to get an and one, though, from Ben Brinks. And now this becomes a little bit of a point of contention, just the fact that for Coach Amorino, something he could still go into the locker room with and maybe not be disappointed in, but you've sent a team that's only gotten 27 points, and you fouled them 10 times.
Yeah, that's something that you're right. Even with the big lead, you want to cut down on your mistakes because you don't want this to continue on through the season. That could hamper you later on in a really big game that they might need.
Ball ends up in the hands of Sims. Back up to Wilson. Sims fakes the three, drives in, back to Wilson. Wilson, that three is buried, and this lead just continues to extend. It's up to 31 right now.
11 points on the night so far for big number 24, Jalen Wilson.
And really, the Trolls haven't had that many bad shots. A lot of just aren't falling. That one, for example.
They're just rushing the shots, I think. A lot of them, like you said, they're not getting bad shots, but they're not getting many shots. That's the problem. They're accepting one and done, when really they should rotate the ball.
A unique inbound play there as they tried to get Miles Bergens jumping straight up and a quick shot before he landed. Was able to draw the foul, though, so he'll step up to the line for two. First points we've seen from Bergens tonight. Make that two. 58-29, a buck 30 remaining. As Ruzovic gets the ball to DiMaggiorantes. Bad angle shot, but being the left-handed man that he is, DiMaggiorantes, despite looking like he didn't have the best angle, was almost right in line.
Yeah, it was like he was sitting in the empty seat right next to us. What a great shot.
Ball ends up on the floor. Another three-point shot that didn't catch anything.
Oh, no.
DiMaggiorantes is down. And again, chucks that one into the net, two-handed.
20 points so far in the first half.
As we now have less than a minute remaining. Good save by Ruzovic. DiMaggiorantes cherry-picking a little bit, though. He was already halfway down the court. And that'll help cost 2 points. Pretty much can take last possession here. We've got 22 seconds on the shot clock. Sims up to Wilson. Trolls not putting much pressure on. They're going to let him try and take this. A whiff there. Wilson floats that one up. DiMaggiorantes not quite ready for it. Bad pass out. Ruzovic takes it. That three-pointer wide left. Sims able to get it just right at the buzzer. Another mid-range jumper goes through. And just like that, we have a 64-31 ball game here as we head into the second half.
Boy, oh boy, I tell you, 64-31. To be honest with you, I think that Trinity Christian, they got to look and they got to feel pretty lucky that they got 31 points. And the fact is, a majority of them came, like you said, they were in a double bonus. They were able to get some points from the charity stripe. But I'm going to tell you, they had to work twice as hard to get where they're at tonight. And the Cyclones just well-balanced, offensively, defensively, able to, like you mentioned, the suffocation on defense and their quick transition on offense. The Trolls just they can't keep up with them. It's a track meet, and the Cyclones are winning.
And with that, we have reached the half, so we're going to take a break here. We'll come back in time. You see there, 14 minutes and 20 seconds left until the second half begins. We'll come back a little bit before then, preview the second half. And for my partner, Bill Downing, I'm Brett Gogol. You're listening to SportsTownChicago.com. We'll be back in just a few.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting is now the Illinois Media School. We've been an institution in the Chicagoland area now for 30 years. Because the broadcasting world is always changing, so are we. Not only are we teaching radio and television production, but now you can learn all aspects of the media industry, like web design. You can even specialize in TV or film, sports broadcasting, and even sales. No matter where you are in the Chicagoland area, we have a campus near you. The Illinois Media School. Be on TV, be on radio, beonair.com. I want to have a job in something I love. I want to have fun and meet new people. I want to be social. The Illinois Media School has so many cool things they offer for me and their students. With the amount of stuff you learn, there's no way you won't succeed. You'll learn how to do a voiceover, how to use camera equipment. I mean, actual hands-on. You can even host your own radio or TV show. All of our instructors actually work in the industry too. So go to beonair.com and start your future in broadcasting today.
High school sports is here, and SportsTownChicago.com, we are ready to provide the best high school sports live coverage all across Northern Illinois. From the first kickoff of high school football to the final spike of high school volleyball, we at SportsTownChicago.com are ready to bring you high school sports live. SportsTownChicago.com and STC Friday Night Lights in a league of our own.
I'm Ben Anderson, and I went to the Illinois Media School back in 2013. Had a great time while I was a student here, was able to get involved with a lot of different programs and opportunities, was able to win 4 awards while I was a student here, and that led the way to success and where I'm at now. I currently am able to work with students at the school, mentoring them on audio production, and I think the students right now are fantastic. They're phenomenal workers. They want to strive to do more than I wanted to, which is really impressive. And I like seeing that on a daily basis. I would describe the students as go-getters, and they're hungry for broadcasting. And that's the best way I can describe them. So I like seeing them every day. I like working with them every day. My name is Ben Anderson. I am promotions assistant for Cumulus Media out of Chicago, and I am production director for the Illinois Media School, and I am IMS.
So I originally got started out of the Illinois Media School, formerly the Illinois Center for Broadcasting, through a radio ad that I saw on the Score. At the time, I wanted to be on the radio because that sounded super cool. But while I was at school there, I got to learn lots of other skills, and that got me interested in directing, which is what I do now here at WIFR. I am in charge of the newscasts and prepare them and execute them during the live news shows. While I was at Illinois Media School, I was able to get the basis of skills that allowed me to get this job, and I learned how to operate cameras and work on the equipment, and that helped me greatly in getting this job. As far as school students, you know, you got a chance to meet with lots of different types of people and you know, collaborate with them and work on projects together, and I feel like that gives you a great chance to learn how to work in the industry, because you're always going to be working with people, and it just helps you get a feel for what it's actually like out there. My name is Ben Forrest. I am the Senior Director at WIFR in Rockford, Illinois, and I am IMS.
I first came across the Illinois Media School back in 2012 when I was producing the news, and what I found was that the Illinois Media School brought out the best people in this industry. The best young people learning how to do their jobs. They would come into our news program and understand more than anyone else anywhere that I've ever seen. Probably what I've enjoyed most about being here at Illinois Media School is watching the students come in filled with excitement, and then watching them leave and become productive members in the entertainment industry. It's great to see them come in excited and learn so much, and then go out and be productive members of our industry. What do I like most about the students who attend IMS is their passion and how excited they are to go out and do new things, and the willingness they have to push the boundaries of our industry and really test their own limits and do something that's greater than themselves. I'm Brian Gill, and I'm a video producer. I'm an instructor here, and I am IMS.
Hi everybody, I'm Candy Gomez here at the Illinois Media School in Lombard. I am one of the newest people to join the staff here. I am a student advisor, which is really cool because what I do here is I bring all my expertise, my years from B96 Radio, WGN, Chicago Sky, currently KISS FM. I bring all that here and I talk to the kids, students of all ages, of all backgrounds, and let them know what radio is like, and just working in the media too. I got brought onto the team here as a student advisor, which is good because I like to talk, And I went to college. I went to a 4-year college. It was great, but I really had a higher respect for people who were already in the industry teaching me, because you could learn so much from them. That's how I feel it is. And these students here, they're just so passionate, and everyone is so supportive of each other. And working in the media, it's not always like that. So here is just a great resource of staff, student, teachers, everything here that you need. So you may come in thinking you want to go into radio or you want to go into TV, and the next thing you know, you love editing, or you want to go into being a sportscaster. We've got so many different programs here, and I think it's very beneficial too, because we don't just make you choose one. Maybe you want to do TV, maybe later on you learn, hey, radio's a better fit for you. And that's exactly how the real world is too. Sometimes you've got a plan and something takes you on a turn, and you could end up somewhere completely different. So here you have tons of resources to find out exactly who you are. And I kind of help you develop your creative side, your content for your shows, so forth. And I'm always here just to talk as well. Currently, I'm at KISS FM weekends and fill-in shifts. Before this, I covered every shift possible at B96. I was there for over 12 years. I started at WGN Television. I was interning there for a while. I was there for over 2 years. I was at Chicago Sky. I was the announcer, the MC of all the games. Those girls are awesome. And who knows where I'll be next. You never know where this career can take you. I'm Candy Gomez from KISS FM, and I am IMS.
Hey guys, my name is Damian Perrone. I work for a small multimedia AV company called PMMG Incorporated here in the Chicagoland area, and I'm an instructor here at the Illinois Media School. I started as a student back in March of 2008. Can't believe it's been that long. Graduated and literally immediately was asked to actually stay here as a grad assistant. From there, kind of moved up to doing promotional work and stuff for the school. And then because of what I do and where I work, I was actually asked to become an instructor as well. So I am teaching the incredible students here at IMS now. Everybody here is extremely eager to learn. Everybody here, whether you want to do radio and or TV, and I say and or because you're going to learn both while you're here. Everybody here is, here with a purpose.
All right, everybody, welcome back from our break. As we come back, getting ready for the second half, we have our field reporter, Trina Crowder, over with the assistant coach for the Cyclones, Tanner Mitchell.
All right, I'm here with Tanner Mitchell, one of the assistant coaches. So, Tanner, how did you feel about the first half of the game?
Well, I thought we played real well defensively. We got them to turn the ball over a lot, which led to some easy baskets for us. I think we moved the ball real well against their half-court zone. A lot of guys touched it, and we got some open looks. And when we did miss some shots, we crashed the offensive glass real well, got some putbacks. So overall, real happy with the performance. Absolutely.
I agree that your players are working really well together. Number 11 is really good with the ball handling. Tommy Dimajamar, I'm sorry, I can't say his last name. Yes, I apologize. He's really good with the baskets and everything. So, good job with you guys, and good luck in the second half.
Well, thank you.
Back to you guys.
Trina, thank you very much. Good insight there from assistant coach Tanner Mitchell. I can tell you from meeting him a couple of times, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet on a basketball court. We've got about just under 3 minutes remaining for the second half. So, Bill, I'll ask you, what would be your message as Coach Amarino for the second half for the Cyclones?
Well, I think you want to maintain what you have going here from the first half. You don't want to change anything. If it's not broke, don't fix it. I think you keep your players in there, and I think you keep the foot on the gas. You mentioned that in the first half. Play tough defense, box out, transition quickly, and you got 64 points here in the first half. I don't suspect they're going to put another 64 here up in the second half, but they possibly could. The way that they played the first half, Brett, this team is playing really, really well.
Yeah, I think it's about the finding, if the first half goes the same way as the second half, finding that point of respectability. You might want to ease off at some point eventually for respectability purposes, but I'd be more interested to see what the response is for the Trolls in the second half, what the message from Brandon Nickel was, the head coach, in the locker room to see, what kind of fire they can come out with the second half. This game might be out of reach, but you can always take momentum and take good things into your next matchup.
Right, even though you lose, there are good parts that you can take. It's a 40-minute game split into two halves. When you take a look at it, there's a lot of positives you can pull out of it. Again, they video this thing to death, and they'll be able to break down what they did wrong, what they did good. Second half, I just think they maintain. I think they don't want to get any farther behind. I think what they need to do the first 5 minutes is they need to set the pace here in the second half and try to get a little bit closer here. Again, you mentioned it. It's pride. They're playing up against a really good team here in Moraine Valley. They don't want to put their tail between their legs and walk out of here. I think this team is going to come out here and fight in the first 5 minutes.
And we've seen it in 2 straight games for the Cyclones. They can be a little bit apt to get into foul trouble. Jordan Radcliffe actually fouled out of the last game for the Cyclones very late. So with about 45 seconds remaining, I just want to remind everyone you're listening to SportsTownChicago.com, viewing our live stream. Brett Gogol,
and Bill Downing. And, when you were talking about it earlier, a lot of the Trolls, a lot of early foul trouble. Really the only one for the Cyclones is in trouble is number 25, Marlon Smith. He came in the first 3 minutes he was in. He drew 2 fouls. And, I think they're keeping themselves, again, when you do a checklist here right now, you take a look at what the Cyclones are doing. The checklist is definitely full for the Cyclone side. They're doing a lot of things right. I haven't seen very many bad things here to start here the second half.
Absolutely, and sorry about that. Got a little bit caught up. So before we start the second half, I also want to thank Chris Hamilton, our director, Ryan Fahey, our cameraman, and Trina Crowder, our sideline reporter. Trolls will start the ball going from left to right here in the second half. And we're underway. Trying to feed the ball through, down underneath. That one gets picked off. Trying to drive to the hole was Jason Rowland. Lost the grip a little bit. Loses possession.
Two quick turnovers here, one by each team here to start the second half. Whew.
That three-point shot by Balcianas hits the mark. 30-point game now, 64-34. Wilson over to Sims. Back all the way around to the other side. And Jason Rowland buries that one.
3 for 3 when you take a look at it. He says you can shoot 3, so can I.
Tommy Durantis ends up with that ball. The player is over here looking for a carry. Demi Durantis did lose the handle a little bit, but
he's so big, I don't think he can carry. Everything looks sweet when it comes out of his hand right there.
Down underneath, 2 Cyclones on him. Put a nice move on, just wasn't able to finish. Durantis comes down with it. Tried to laser that through, gets picked off, leads to 2 easy points. That's Trey Johnson finally making his name known.
Yeah, we talked about it early. Uncle Mo is a funny thing. Right now, the Trolls have a little bit of momentum here to start the second half.
That one gets stolen again. Johnson coming the other way, 1 man to beat. A late foul called there on Wilson. Not very happy about it. That'll send Johnson up to the line.
A lot of contact here early. But again, the Trolls are kind of playing a different game than we saw there in the first half. Maybe a little bit of urgency for the Trolls, but they've come out with a little bit of fire.
And that's the main thing that you can ask for here. And just to continue making those free throw shots. if Moraine Valley is going to continue giving them to you.
Yeah, what gets me is the Trolls, and every time they get, two steps ahead, here comes Moraine Valley, and they stomp out the fire that they're trying to build.
Wilson surveying the field. Sims fakes it down to DiMaggiorantes. Good pass down to the baseline, but Markoskis lost the handle. Trolls end up with it. Sims steals it on himself. Going to pass it up to DiMaggiorantes.
Oh.
Tried to tip it backwards to Roland. He wasn't ready for it, though. A wild layup attempt from Balcianis.
You almost want to slow it down a little bit right now and just relax. Now there's the foul, and there's the break that both teams really needed. A little sloppy play there, Brett, for the last about a minute and a half there between the two teams.
Yeah, but if you're the Trolls right now, you'll take sloppy. If you can throw the Cyclones off their game, they've been playing such a clean, no-turnover ball game so far that there's not really all that much that you can take home. But if you can start throwing one of the better teams off their game, nothing to frown upon.
All right, the Cyclones, no matter how many mistakes they make, the Trolls are making, one more than they are, and the Cyclones are taking advantage of every one of the mistakes so far for the Trolls, 69-38. One team gets 3, the other one gets 2, and it just keeps going back and forth, and the lead's really not going anywhere. But again, we talked about the fast break with these guys. Their big men are just absolutely amazing. 6'6" and 6'7", able to move the floor like they do.
And you've seen so far, especially with DiMaggiorantes, he's not afraid to kind of sit towards the top, and as soon as he sees there might be a turnover, he starts sprinting down the other way. He's not afraid to use his quickness and his height to basically get uncontested layups or dunks.
Yeah, for someone like me, it takes twice as many steps to get as far as he has to go, and he makes it look easy.
The three-pointers not quite falling at the same rate as they were. Again, another missed one from Trey Johnson. Not enough on that one. Wilson down to the corner for DiMaggiorantes. Uses his length, was trying to pass it down for a crashing Jason Rowland. They're going to say he was in the motion of shooting, though he was in the air. That'll send Tommy to the line.
Yeah, you're right. He was looking to pass the ball to someone driving down the lane, and he ends up getting fouled. And there's the one mistake that I think he's made all night.
Yeah, you look at the roster for Trinity College, nobody even comes really all that close. They've got Ben Brinks listed at 6'8", but just looking at some of these guys standing next to DiMaggiorantes on the court, doesn't seem like anybody quite compares in terms of just pure height.
And when you look at it, you're right.
That one, Rowland steals it the other way. Little finger roll, easy 2 points, 72-38, 16:45 to play.
Hahn, when you look at it, Hahn actually is 6'7", but, I don't think he's playing like he's 6'7". He's being outmanned, and
another turnover here for Trinity Christian. That timeout seemingly doing wonders for the Cyclones. Settled themselves down as Sims takes it on the wing. Rung around to the far right side. And a very nice shot from Markoskis. You can see that play was pretty much drawn up. They brought it all the way around the wing. Markoskis ran to the top of the elbow. As now Johnson aggressively dribbling. Another missed three-pointer. Johnson takes a hard spill. As Sims gets the ball down towards the blocks. Called for traveling.
Yeah, the Cyclones, I think that timeout, like you said, I think they settled them down. They told them to slow down a little bit. We don't need to be going end to end when we got this much of a lead. Set up your plays, work your plays, and work the ball deep and get it in the paint to your big men.
Some aggressive one-man press by Jalen Wilson, just wanting to put the pressure on Jackson. as that one does, he gets a hand on it. Another three-point shot from the corner, and that's a couple of missed three-pointers in a row. Little scrum for the ball. A strong pass from Markowskis kind of whipped that one sideways. Led Jason Rowland to take it all the way himself for another 2. Giving him already 7 points in the second half.
Yeah, this is we thought that the Trolls maybe had a little momentum coming out of the halftime break.
He didn't even see DiMaggiorantis there. I don't know how you don't with the 6'9" player, but he pretty much just threw that right into him.
Yeah, there's no way he saw his player on the other side of him. There's no way, and he picked it off. And again, you know, the Trolls, everything's going against them now. They're starting to stack up penalties and fouls, and it's going to put the Cyclones to the line, and you know, with a 76-38 lead.
DiMaggiorantis with another missed free throw. 15 minutes even remaining here in the Cyclone Center. The Moraine Valley Community College. Moraine Valley Cyclones taking on the Trinity Christian College Trolls. You're watching here on SportsTownChicago.com. Brett Gogol, Bill Downing bringing you all the action.
A lot of frustration now starting to set in for the Trolls. They're looking for a foul every time down the court.
They're going to get a late call there, rightfully so. Aaron Hall pushed out of bounds a little bit. And that's the thing. It may be a tough game. You can't let your emotions get the best of you, though. Just continue to play your game. Find the takeaways that you can to take on to your next matchup. I'm not sure how he sliced through those 2 defenders as Sims puts up the alley-oop. I almost wish DiMaggiorantis was more ready for that. I think everyone in this entire arena was ready for a heavy, heavy slam dunk.
Yeah, I was ready for that myself.
DiMaggiorantis, though, whiffing on that steal attempt, leaves Jonkman open for a wide open 3. Sims at the left wing. Swung around to Rowland. Rowland all the way to the other corner for Sims. Banks off the front of the rim. That'll fall out of bounds, untouched. Trinity Christian ball. It doesn't seem that there's been really, other than that initial push, much momentum gained by either side in a little way. A couple missed free throws for the Cyclones. Plenty of missed three-pointers for the Trolls as we get another attempt here. That one's true, though. That'll make it a 35-point game.
A good look there from the corner, and again, one slight breakdown by the Cyclones defense.
Cyclones once again filtering up top. That's going to leave Sims open, and that one rattles in. Sims playing hard defense on the Troll point guard. Called dead. None of his teammates really going out to help him right away, though. Long pass up to Sims. Little stutter step down to DiMaggiorantis. Beautiful vision to see Markowskis there. Puts home the little easy shot.
He runs that baseline so well, and it leaves so many of his teammates unattended in the paint.
Little give there. Another three-pointer for Junkman.
I tell you, this guy we know he can shoot.
Sims once again. And that three-point shot from Wilson, that one hits the mark. That knocks it up to a 40-point ball game. Fight for the rebound ends up in the hands of Sims. He's going to come in with speed. Gets a little shot in the hip, loses control, gathers it back though, and Wilson's going to settle up and get this offense reset. That one from LaRon Williams, a little bit long. Trolls coming the other way, trying to take it pretty much every three-point shot that they can get. Jonkman unable to hit that last one. A good defensive stop by the Trolls. This game picking up pace, but not much scoring going on.
Right. A lot of shots. Not too many of them going down except for there.
All you had to do was say something for Aaron Johnson to nail that three-pointer.
But I tell you what, the Cyclones are saying, what you can do, I can do better, and that's exactly what they're doing here.
Wilson looked like he wanted to pass it. Kind of got caught on his hip, decided to take a shot, and that one got nothing but net. From being a little undecided to making it look like no problem at all. You're going to get LaRon Williams for the reach.
Yeah, Wilson with 11 points in the first half. He's got 6 quick ones here for a total of 17 so far. And, you know, like I said, no matter what the Trolls are doing, the Cyclones are coming down and they're equaling almost every shot for shot with them right now.
See the inbounds play here for the Trolls. Nothing fancy. Johnson takes it up top as you hear head coach Brandon Nickel calling the play from the sidelines. Just looking for that three-point shot. There it is. Off the front and back. Definitely going to get Zach Austell for the foul. Jumped pretty much right on top of the Cyclone.
90-50.
That'll put Jordan Radcliffe back in. Ruzovic ends up with Radcliffe once again. Three-point shot. Hits the back of the iron. Trolls coming back up with speed. Another three-pointer for Aaron Johnson.
Quick 6 points for him right there.
Radcliffe over to Williams. Williams decides to put it up. He kind of swims in and out of the net. Radcliffe picks the pocket of Cantu, takes it all the way himself. Drops that one in to make this a 92-53 ball game. 9:43 here left to play in the second half.
You know, Radcliffe may not be putting a lot of points up, but I tell you, his defense is standing tall.
Trey Johnson making a strong attack to the rim. That one just kind of dribbles off. He'll step up to the line. 5th foul on the Cyclones. Second shot oncoming. That one finds its home. Radcliffe will bring it up the other way. I'm going to tell you, Radcliffe has some quick feet as that one over to Ruzovic. He's going to get his own rebound. Lucky bounce. And a little no-look pass from Radcliffe results in a miss. Marcus Fry looked like he wanted to take the charge there. That was a good job avoiding contact by Christian Cantu.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like they got their big line in right now for the Cyclones with Ruzovic and Marlon Smith.
Williams Buries that one. And again, not as consistent, but both of these teams at this point just taking three-pointer after three-pointer. Grab there by Williams.
And I think both coaches, even when you got that big lead like that, if you know your guys can put it up there, I don't think there's no reason to stress or anything. That they're able to go shot for shot right now with the Trolls, and they've been doing it all night.
Jackson has the ball crashing through, out to the wing. All the time in the world. Unable to make that three-point shot. Let's see if they can set up another one here. Johnson, another drive. Is he going to pass it out? There it is. Over to Cyclones. Little float shot. No dice for Balcianos. Sorry, that's actually Zach Austell. No good on the float shot.
Taking a look over on the Cyclones bench right now. The big man, number 12, Demo Gironis, looks like he's getting some ice on his, looks like his right. Well, looks like a
knee to me.
Yeah,
maybe
boy.
right on the top of his thigh.
Yeah, you definitely want to be careful with that. I don't think it's a cramping issue, but if you're talking about a quadricep type injury right there, you want to be real careful with that.
Yeah, you have to imagine he's probably done for the night with this kind of lead. As those two free throws push Ruzovic up to 6 points on the evening. His first two of the second half. Johnson really trying to make something happen. They're going to get Radcliffe on the floor.
The chorus line for the Cyclones just keeps getting longer and longer. Number 14 now getting a ice wrap on his, looks like that's going to be his left.
Just
upper.
Below the knee.
Yeah.
You got to wonder if some of these maybe a routine sort of thing more than anything else. Maybe they just get these ice treatments after every game.
Maybe they've had injuries in the past. It's a preventative issue that they got to ice it at certain points. You're right. It could be.
Dribbling in another floater. Radcliffe falls in, though. 99-58. 7:37 remaining in this game. As Johnson did enough spinning around that eventually Ruzovic just said, hey, I'm going to take this.
Yeah, if you're going to carry it around like a loaf of bread, they're definitely going to go after it. Do we get like a free taco at 100 points, or do we get anything special tonight? Most games, that's what they do.
I want to ask, but you ever seen the movie Semi-Pro?
Yes, I have.
Corn dogs.
Exactly. Love the corn dogs.
Another three-pointer. Austell unable to put it away. Very contested. Another shot from downtown. Austell dribbling in and out. Not even looking for that one was Johnson. Johnson getting a little lackadaisical as this game continues. Marcus Fry, though, joining the party, getting his first points of the night.
Well, I said they weren't going to score another 64, but I may be eating some crow after that one.
That ball's picked off once again. And that's probably been, in terms of defense, one of the biggest things you've seen the Cyclones do really well is reading the passing lanes, and just at the very last second, they've probably picked off upwards of 10 balls that were intended for a different troll.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. There's just no other way to put it. The Trolls just, they're going to have to, I don't think they have to go back to the chalkboard, but they're going to have to figure out something because it's going to be a long season if they continue to play like this.
That's hooked down to Ruzovic. Ruzovic turns around, realizes he's pretty open. He'll take that shot from just underneath the elbow.
Yeah, it's one of those situations. You're right. He turned around. He's like, my God, there's nobody here. I might as well take the shot, and he did. He's all over the court there, Brett.
Luke Cook coming in with some speed over to Radcliffe. Little windmill move, and Radcliffe puts it away. What a layup by Radcliffe.
Okay, this team is definitely well-oiled.
That's 2 back-to-back blocked. One by Hook, one by Ruzovic, and somehow Trinity Christian still ends up with the ball.
Ruzovic put some really hard-earned minutes when he comes in.
That's the second time we've seen that inbounds play. Worked better that time, but that's twice. You basically had a man right in the middle of the paint just jump up and take a half jumper in a way.
Exactly.
One of the big men taking a three-point shot there. Hook just a little bit off the mark.
Yeah, I don't, as a head coach, you don't want to see your big men taking shots. I mean, he probably can make it, but that wasn't definitely a shot for the right time. He probably wanted more movement, more rotation, get it down deep.
Marcus Fry over to Radcliffe. Radcliffe puts it up, nails that one. Doesn't seem to matter whether they're contested, whether they're open, whether it's a catch and release. Nothing seems to be stopping any of these Cyclone shots.
No, I tell you, Radcliffe is absolutely on fire right now. You know, he only had 2 points coming out of the halftime break, and he's put up 9 quick ones here. And you got to do something with him. If you're Trinity Christian, you got to slow him up, but if you slow him up, that means it opens up others.
Another missed free throw for the Trolls. 108-65, 22 remaining here in the ball game. Brett Gogol and Bill Downing on SportsTownChicago.com. That second free throw falls in. Radcliffe, a little fake, a little run in. Ends up in the hands of Marcus Fry for the putback. Make that Marlon Smith. Just absolutely getting barraged by Cyclones players is Zach Austell. Trolls find themselves having to take a timeout. Again, it's okay if your man up top is going to get trapped, but at some point your fellow teammates have to come out and help you out.
Yeah, it's like in football. You know, you got the quarterback running for his life. You want to come back to him. You don't want to go farther away. You got to come back to that player. He was surrounded by 4 Cyclones right there basically at the timeline, and he had nowhere to go except to call the timeout. It's things like that, Brett, I think they're going to have to work out because, again, it makes for a really long season. When the little things in basketball that you should be doing, when those little things aren't going your way, it makes the big things, the bigger problems, it just keeps ballooning. And when you look at this score, it's ballooned to 110 to 61. And to be honest with you, 61 points, it's not that close. It's been all Cyclones.
Absolutely. And just want to remind everybody, you are listening to SportsTownChicago.com. For anyone who has ever wanted to start or further a career in broadcasting, behind the scenes, camera work, play-by-play, color commentary, anything you see us doing here, make sure you give a look to the Illinois Media School for more information. Check out beonair.com. That's the Illinois Media School. Be on TV, be on radio, beonair.com. A wonderful spin move there by Marcus Fry to get around the Troll. As you see here, some more action going on. Another three-point attempt. Cyclones get possession back. Radcliffe brings it up. Radcliffe over to the right wing. Back to him at the top. Marcus Fry into the corner for Radcliffe. Radcliffe with another three-pointer sends that one home. That'll make it 113-61 Cyclones. Just under 4 minutes remaining. Going in hard, but drawing the foul is Ben Brinks.
Who scored that last basket there, Brett?
Who do you think it was? It was Jordan Radcliffe on a three-pointer.
It's got to be. What was I thinking? We're going to have a post-game interview with Katrina Crowder. She's going to go over and attempt to talk to the hot hand here in the second half, Mr. Radcliffe, at the post-game interview.
Second free throw attempt for Brinks. Rattles on in. And now we're going to see Marcus Fry leading the Cyclone offense. With good pass from Hook out to Ruzovic. That rebound ends up going off about 4 different sets of hands. Ruzovic misses the putback. Hook eventually on the 4th try is able to put it away for the Cyclones.
4 offensive boards for the Cyclones. The Trolls, again, no answer. They have no big men in there right now.
Aaron Hall getting trapped down here. Ben Brinks put up a little bit of a short jumper. I thought he had plenty of room to move in and basically give himself a layup. As LaRon Williams charges all the way back down to the other side of the floor to draw a foul from Trinity Christian.
I mean, this is the second game you've seen with Moraine Valley. This is a team that could go pretty deep into the postseason when you take a look at it. They stay consistent. They can stay healthy. Again, they were able to give, what was that, Triton, only lose by 4. To see what they're doing tonight, this could be a team to be dealt with when it comes postseason-wise.
Well, and one of the things to also keep in mind is that they only lost that first game by 4. That was their first game under head coach Anthony Amarino. You never know how long it can take for a team to get a little bit of chemistry and a new head coach, kind of get acclimated to a new offense, any of these second-year players. So I think you're really only going to see them get better as the year goes on, as scary as that might be.
And that's scary for the other opponents when you take a look at who they've got to play the rest of the season. You take a look at their schedule. They've got Kishwaukee College coming up, St. Xavier. That game has been canceled. Olive Harvey College, Truman College, Kennedy King, Harper. I don't know if they have I don't have anything past the 5th of January. They may see Triton maybe somewhere down the line again. That'd be a great matchup to watch.
Absolutely. As the one of 2 shots made by Trey Johnson after the hard foul from Luke Hook. And again, I mentioned they done a really good job of keeping Johnson off the stat sheet for almost the entire night. After putting up as many as he did, I think I've got him at only 8 points for the evening. So you take somebody who put up 27 points in the first game of the season for Trinity Christian, you hold him to 8, I'd say you're doing something right.
Yeah, you take a look at Jonkman, he's been able to do pretty much what he's wanted to. You're right, they've held the bigs of the Trolls to little to nothing.
Miles Bergen's getting set for his second attempt. Makes them both, makes it a 117-66 game with about 2:35 left to go. Luke Cook making a strong move into the paint. He'll be fouled as he goes up, though. And, this is also invaluable playing time for you're getting for some of your players who, have potential and you will see every once in a while, but you're getting a lot of time for Luke Hook, who's not usually in this much. You're getting plenty of time for LaRon Williams as well as some of these other
You're right, and it's priceless, especially this early in the season. When you can see where these guys are at, what they need to improve in their game, if anything. Just make little tweaks into the game to make them even better. You're right. You know, up at 118, these guys are still playing like it's 0-0.
Well, when you are one of those players lower on the totem pole, this is absolutely your opportunity to shine. Show Coach Amarino that you're going to be worth putting in once the regular season starts to heat up and you've got some tougher matchups. What a beautiful forward pass up to Marcus Fry. That was a little overhead bounce pass. Long three-point attempt and a quick response from Aaron Hall.
Ruzovic went flying on that last possession. I think he wants the ball again like he really wants it.
Little go and stop. Ruzovic needs to be a little bit more aggressive when it comes to that rebound. We're going to get a 30-second timeout here for Trinity Christian. 121-69, 144 to go here in this game as we are in the Cyclones Center at Moraine Valley Community College. Brett Gogol, Bill Downing bringing you all the action. Our director, Chris Hamilton. Our cameraman, Ryan Fahey, handling two cameras at once like an absolute professional. And, of course, Trina Crowder, our sideline reporter. I want to thank everybody for watching this broadcast so far. Hopefully we get some exciting action for you here in these last 2 minutes. And again, as we've said, there are, no matter what, takeaways from both teams. One thing you can say is I've maybe only seen one or two times where the Trolls have ever given up on a play. When you're down 52 and just right there to see the effort to maintain possession, if you're head coach Brandon Nickel, at least you've got to know your team is not going to give up no matter what.
Yeah, you're right. When the deck is stacked against you, you want to see your team playing. Whistle to whistle, no matter what the score is.
That's Ruzovic taking a long three-pointer.
Wow.
Flying in for the putback is LaRon Williams jumping over the Trinity Christian rebounder.
That's stuff right there you just can't coach. That is just the ability to want to get to that ball.
Some good ball movement here for the Trolls. Rattling in and out. The shot from Miles Bergens. Marcus Fry sets things up once again. Good vision from Hook. Good movement. Not the best execution from Marlon Smith Jr.
Again, if you're the Trolls, you don't want to mess around on the inside. The Cyclones have been swarming to the ball. And again, I really don't know where you want to shoot from. I mean, they've been shooting from all over the court. Nothing's really falling right now. They have 69 points, but like I said, it's most of the points, to be honest with you, have been coming from free throws and wide open shots where the Cyclones just didn't come back on defense.
This is one of two free throws. Strong rebound from Ruzovic.
He's an absolute beast.
And almost last possession here. We got about 20 seconds left, 15 on the shot clock. Cyclones pretty clearly willing to take this down as low as possible. This is definitely the closest we've come in this game to reaching the shot clock violation.
Yes.
3 seconds left. They're going to put up a very long three-pointer from LaRon Williams. And after this shot, this ball game is over. 123-70. Moraine Valley Community College Cyclones take down the Trinity Christian College Trolls.
My math isn't that good, but they did not score 62 in the second half.
No, they did not.
61.
They're about one off, so they saved you just barely, Bill. And as we said, it was a bit of a rout from the beginning. Very good to see the Trolls not give up their effort whatsoever. I also just want to reiterate for anyone listening at home, for Trinity Christian, as we know, some of our lineups were a little bit off. Some of the names, we are basing ours based off of the Trinity website, their own basketball roster. So we apologize if there was any confusion or misnaming of some of your players. But I believe we're trying to get set up right now for an interview, and we do. We're going to send it over to Trina Crowder. It looks like she's got Jordan Radcliffe.
All right, Jordan Radcliffe, your second-year veteran here at Moraine Valley for the Cyclones. I've been watching you out there. You're really good with the ball. All your players are really good. You guys are really good with communication. How do you feel about the communication as far as you guys together?
I think we communicate well. Like you said, we had a lot of guys returning, myself, and I think it's 10 other sophomores. So, I mean, we communicate well, so we really just got that instilled with the freshmen, and so it all started there. And if we can get that down, we'll be pretty good this year.
And do you feel like throughout the game, as you get to know your opponents and how they play together, and are you able to figure out their strategy and kind of figure out how you guys are going to play against them?
Definitely, especially with this team that had a lot of shooters, so we had to close out hard, and we had to box out and get a lot of boards, which we didn't do a very good job of in the first half. The second half, we tidied it up. So definitely we have to learn from the first half and as soon as we can what the guys can do on the other team.
I think you guys did a great job. Congratulations on the win, and good luck with the rest of your season. And back to you guys.
Trina, thank you very much. Jordan Radcliffe coming up with 14 points on the evening. One of the impressive performances. But I think it goes without saying, until he was taken out, this night absolutely belonged to Tommy DiMaggiorantis.
Yeah, he's got to be your player of the game. But when you look at the hot hand there for the second half, you're right. It was Jordan Radcliffe, but DiMaggiorantis, nothing could stop him. He was transition, defense. He could run the floor. Great vision, and was able to do pretty much whatever he wanted to tonight.
The important thing you mentioned there was really Radcliffe in the second half. Of his 14 points, 12 of them coming in the second half. So after a bit of a tough loss on Tuesday, good for the Cyclones to bounce back in a big way tonight. As for Trinity Christian, Bill, what's kind of your message for them going forward after tonight?
Well, to score 70 points against a team like this, yeah, there's some positives to come out of it, but there's still a lot of work. You know, they were out-hustled, outmatched, outmanned tonight, on both sides of the ball. They weren't blocking out. They didn't have much of a transition game. They got themselves into a lot of foul trouble, especially here in the second half. They didn't make as many free throws as they should have from the charity line for sure, but when you take a look at head coach Brandon Nickel, I think he's got some positives to draw from this. Again, it's early, but Moraine Valley just an opponent that just you really didn't stand a chance tonight with.
Absolutely. So that's about going to do it for us here at the Cyclone Center here at Moraine Valley Community College. Want to thank everybody for listening. Next game for the Cyclones, that'll be next Tuesday right here against Kishwaukee College. Game tips off at 7:30. Thank you, everybody associated with the broadcast. Thank you to Chris Hamilton, our director, Ryan Fahey, our camera operator, and, of course, Trina Crowder, our sideline reporter. For my partner, Bill Downing. Bill, thank you very much. I'm Brett Gogol on SportsTownChicago.com. Have a good weekend, everybody. We'll see you on Tuesday.